Hello, everybody, and good afternoon. How's it going? How's it going, everybody? Welcome to Yale for the 2025 Clean Energy Conference. All right, good to see you, Star. So our friends and colleagues are going to continue to join us as they come in from the outside. Just wanted to thank everyone for being here. We've got over 650 people who are registered who will be here over the course of the next 2 days. So lots of people to meet and say hello to. This is a thrill for us because these conferences bring people from across the network, folks from Yale, alumni, partners that we've worked with for a long period of time to campus. And these are folks who are changing, you all are changing business models, you're deploying new financial structures, you're figuring out the way forward on clean energy. And it's a deep pleasure to learn from you. And one of the other things that's incredibly enjoyable for us is to be able to introduce you to the people here who are reshaping and changing the way that Yale does business, or the way that Yale operates, and the way that research gets out into practice, or the way that an idea goes from lab to market. And it really, when you get to see it on a daily basis externally, and you'll hear from the speakers that are here about how they're doing it, when I get to see it internally from the folks who are here, Julie Zimmerman and Josh Jabal are two of the leading examples at Yale of folks who are reshaping and changing the way this place works and how it works better for the world. In the 4 years you've been here now, Josh? Is that it? Yeah, reshaped Yale's approach to commercializing and thinking about how do we support innovation across the university. Really kind of transforming the landscape for the arts, for climate, for technology, for health in all different ways, building on success in biotech. Julie Zimmerman, Associate Provost of Planetary Solutions. We have a group that focuses on planetary solutions at Yale, and just really thinking about how do we leverage every resource out of the university as a public good to be able to impact some of the largest questions in the world. And you can see over the 2 years that Julie's been in that role and the 4 years that Josh has been in his, the massive impact they've had on transforming and shaping the way that Yale works. And so when we think about the people that are coming here and the influence that you're having, we can point to people in our own community right now who are transforming the way that Yale works. And it's a real treat to be able to invite them both up to introduce the conference.
All right, we are super excited to have you here and open up the Yale Clean Energy Conference. So as Stu mentioned, I run Yale's Planetary Solutions program. So that's basically our climate and sustainability portfolio for the university, thinking across academics and research and operations and how the university convenes and leads on a number of these topics. I'll talk a little bit more about planetary solutions in a minute, but I wanted to make sure we start this with the right focus, and that is really on thanking the people who have made this event possible. So the first is the conference organizing team of student volunteers with students from all across campus, our School of the Environment, School of Management, the college, the grad school, and the Faculty of Arts and Sciences. There are dozens of faculty, staff, and student volunteers who have been working on this. We have 30 speakers from Yale, the Yale Alumni Network, and partner organizations at the conference. We should thank Yale School of Management, where you're all sitting today, the dean here, Kerwin Charles, and the dean's office for all of their help. Our sponsors, Avangrid, RWE, and Heatmap News. And special thanks to StudiQ, who you heard from a minute, Julia, Kathy, Rob Klee, and the other members of the organizing team from the Yale Center of Business and the Environment. So can we thank all of them? I have to say their work, both what you see and what you don't see, is really the backbone of the organizations and the professionals who are dedicated to this work at the university. It is big and small, and it is really to bring us all together to talk about creating a clean and just energy future. That is so core to the work that Planetary Solutions does. As Stu mentioned, we are an institution-wide initiative, so taking all that Yale is, our students, our faculty, our staff, our alumni, our partners, our stakeholders, our resources, our buildings, our operations, our endowments, and all that we do, from teaching to research to learning to practicing to buying to operating, empowering our buildings to convening and leading, and orienting all of that work towards creating solutions to the challenges that we face from climate change and biodiversity loss. We do this work in partnership with the idea that we can generate, create, catalyze new knowledge on campus, but it only really has an impact if we can move that work off of campus and see it implemented in the real world. And we can only do that by working carefully and thoughtfully with partners and stakeholders, and bringing all of us together in community is so important to the work that we're doing. And so I thank you all for being here today, and I'm going to turn it over to Josh.
Thank you, Julie, and good afternoon, everybody. It's great to be with you to help kick off this amazing event. So impressed by what Stu and the team put together every year. It just gets bigger and bigger. At Yale Ventures, we're the umbrella organization for entrepreneurship and innovation across the whole university. So we support entrepreneurs and innovators from every corner. A lot of activity at Yale comes out of our enormous School of Medicine, but we're super excited over recent years under Julie's leadership and support from so many other collaborators around campus to see more and more innovation, more and more new startups emerging in climate and related fields. And so at Yale Ventures, we've been really trying to increase the support we provide to our faculty and our students and outside collaborators who are launching new solutions, new technologies to try to address the climate crisis, try to decarbonize our economy, do all this amazing work. Just a few examples that I'll list because I'm interested if anyone likes what they hear and they want to get involved with some of what's going on. We'd love to talk to you later, but just a few examples of some of the things we're doing. A couple years ago, we launched a new climate tech incubator, recognizing that we were seeing more and more new startup companies emerge from Yale, both led by students, also commercializing faculty research discoveries. And so we launched this new incubator called Climate Haven, which is just a few blocks from here, and serves as a first home for a lot of these nascent startups as they're getting going, space where they can have office space, prototyping space, but probably even more importantly, get guidance and mentorship from people who've been on this journey before. Many of our founders are first-time founders. And if you've done a startup before, you know when you do it the first time, there's a lot to learn. And there's a lot of mistakes that can be avoided if you have the right kind of support and mentorship. And Climate Haven really packs in around our startups to help them get that initial traction, get those initial fundraising milestones met, get products to market. Another example is actually under Stu's leadership, we added to the largest innovation event we do at Yale each year called the Yale Innovation Summit. In May, we added a dedicated track just focused on climate. And so along with the other 5 tracks at the summit, now we've got a track that just focuses on bringing together experts on panels talking about trends and opportunities, pitch competitions where our climate tech startups get to present, keynote speakers, and lots of great activity. And so we'd encourage you and invite you to come back to campus if you're not from here next May for the Innovation Summit. I think you'd really enjoy being part of that as well. And then more recently, Julie and I have collaborated to launch a new accelerator program inside the university aimed at helping to support and develop faculty-led research and discoveries that have the potential to be scaled up and become climate solutions. And so this program will provide grant funding as well as support and mentorship to a half dozen or so to start projects selected each year through a competitive process where we'll pack in around them with, again, some grant funding to build prototypes, to de-risk the technology, to bring in some additional support with an eye towards, at the end of that cycle, having the technology advance to the point where it could be spun out into a new startup company or licensed out to a partner who's in this industry and will invest and develop it and scale it to a solution that could be beneficial to society. So we're super excited about all these new programs that we're launching inside the university. Many of them, as you could tell, rely or really benefit from engagement with alumni, with friends of Yale who have deep domain expertise in these areas. So if any of this stuff sounds fun to you and is an area you'd like to get involved, please reach out to Julie or I or Stu and we can get you connected. So again, we're very grateful that you're here. I think we have an amazing couple of days coming up. So enjoy. Thank you.
So we go from the earliest stage to how do we scale up? And I'm thrilled to have Ellie Brunsdale,